Chapter 10. Small Oils. Canvases, blocks of wood, varnished planks, mounds of white powder and blue and red and ochre, stands of brushes in chipped clay pots. The smell, both intoxicating and vile, of oils and terps, and of minerals in their little heaps. Caspar, for the master and for himself, sorts the ingredients, grinds, sifts, dampens, and seals them in small bowls with wax lids. Painting has come to the strict brick house on the western edge of the Market. Iris watches. It takes a long time for the master to compose his painting. He moves Clara here, he moves her there. He sits her, he stands her. A hand on her waist, a hand at her bonnet strings, a hand on the table, a hand on her chin. Should she wear an apron and a cap, or her mother's rare jewels? This pose too dainty, this too coy, this too womanly? No single position catches all of her grace, says the master defensively when, after a week of hanging back, Vandermeer looks in. This must be your masterpiece, says Vandermeer. But if you wait a year to decide on a stance for your model, the market for tulips may have softened, and I won't have the money to pay you. That day the master decides. It's a conventional pose, the master tells Iris. Clara stands a few feet in from a window on the left. A spray of tulips lies cradled in her left hand, which falls in a soft curve onto a well-appointed tabletop. She holds a tulip bulb in her right hand and studies it, as if entranced at the mystery that such imperial blooms can be generated from so humble a bulb. The sunlight, see, will sink at a noontime angle, and it will drop only on the edge of Clara's face, and on one tulip fallen out of the bouquet. The rest of Clara's form will be done in softer colours, set off by the shadow of the room, its costly dark-framed mirror, its chest of drawers, its tiles arranged around the corner of the mantelpiece. But the colour of the tulips. Vandermeer fusses about this. He wants the master to use the exact colour and pattern of the tulip that will be shipped in bulk the following month, and not available for growing and subsequent blossoming till the spring, if that. What colour and pattern is that? It's red, says Vandermeer, vaguely, with a white stripe, a sort of pantaloonish look. Red, says the master witheringly. Red? And how does the stripe go exactly? I'll paint from nature or not at all. Vandermeer scowls and scolds, while Iris huddles with her arms clapped around herself. She hears about how hard it is to fund such a commercial venture, and the financial risks that are run, especially by the weavers of Harlem, who are very involved this year. The master pays little mind. Calmly he continues to sketch the form of Clara in the elegant room, swiping the canvas with a rag reeking with linseed oil, correcting a mistake. Of course, says Vandermeer, looking out the window and stroking his beard, almost as if talking to himself. I could always at this late date decide to solicit the help of your rival, Volunteer. Damn you. Damn, says the master. If I go back to painting my catalogue of God's errors, I paint you next, you brute. The worst flaw in God's plan, the hen-pecked husband, the unnatural in nature. At Vandermeer's glance, the master stops. He sighs. He agrees to paint whatever wretched variety of striped tulip Vandenmeer requires, as long as multiple plants are forced into bloom for the master to examine during the preliminary studies and the final painting. Vandenmeer accedes to this. After a week, Clara refuses to sit for the sketches any more, and Henrika seems ready to permit this drastic change of plans, but maybe shamed by the master's coarse remark about him. Vandenmeer puts his foot down and takes Henrika aside into a small office. There are loud words from both sides, and even with the door closed, everyone on the ground floor can hear about guilders and florins, risks and rewards. Iris listens to all this. When Clara is pouting upstairs that evening, Iris murmurs to Henrika, "Why doesn't Clara want to sit for sketches?" Henrika looks annoyed at this remark. Vandenmeer says, "Clara insists that the master is rude and doesn't want to talk to her, only to look at her." "It is tedious to sit so still," says Iris. "If you like, I can come in and engage her with tales told in English. She can listen while she poses." Vandenmeer says, "As a charitable offer. So you're growing fond of our precious Clara." Iris wouldn't put it like that. She thinks, "I am growing fond of these good meals." But the truth is that though Clara is wilful and timid at once, grander than thou while still sucking her thumb, Iris feels at least a grudging regret for the girl. Never to go out beyond the house or garden walls. Clara likes tales, so she agrees to return. Iris spins out fanciful episodes of her own design, peopled by talking animals, thwarties and household imps, fairies and saints, and the occasional magic comb, cooking pot or horseshoe. Iris often weaves her tales around a poor benighted girl who is afraid to stray from home, but who is constantly tricked into leaving or expelled or jettisoned by force of earthquake or blown out a window by a huge wind. Clara is made to smile at least. Henrika is quiet and pretends to be busy, but Iris notices that when Caspar or the master are in the house, Henrika is never more than one room away from Clara. Henrika hovers like a bee over a flower, thinks Iris. Then she remembers the painting of Henrika in her black and yellow bumblebee silks.